Marjorie Greene is angry because a tweet of hers was hidden, not taken down, mind, just hidden. She tweeted, Twitter says this tweet violated rules about hateful conduct. I can't imagine anything more hateful than promoting gender reassignment surgeries for children. So that gives you a bit of a heads up of what this is gonna be about. We're gonna show you the tweet, but I wanna warn you, even for Marjorie Greene, this is horrendous. This is so unacceptably disgusting and horrible. But here's what she tweeted. She had a video of Rachel Levine. She says, we must do everything we can to prevent Dr. Dick Levine's preteen hashtag weenie chop. That is so many things at the same time. It is dead naming an individual there who we've talked about previously, pediatrician, 4-star admiral, and currently serving as Biden's assistant secretary for health. So it's a dead naming. It's also just about the worst possible way that you could talk about gender affirming surgery, or even just, if you look at the content of the video, just gender affirming acknowledgement, emotional support. Marjorie Greene jumps to, we have to stop the weenie chop. And she is a representative. And this, and what we got was they hid it. They said it's still in the public interest, and maybe a case could be made. Understanding who we have in elected office is important. Knowing how purposefully, intentionally cruel and awful they can be. Maybe that is in the public interest. I would say what is more in the public interest is getting her the hell out of elected office as fast as possible, as well as anyone who shares her hateful ideology. But Yaz, what do you think? Yes, you're muted. You're muted right now. Yes, I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, I did the J.R. Jackson thing that I was warning him about. I did.
That's sort of his thing. You shouldn't feel that.
I'm taking it. Yeah, what was I even saying? Yeah, so regarding the transgender community, there's a lot of opportunity for education around this particular community, right? Because it's something that a lot of people aren't used to yet. And there are so many teachers and activists out there who are working to do just that. But members of the GOP, like MTG, they're not even trying to understand the lives of people who are different from them or who are unlike them. But even if you don't agree with the Biden administration's stance on transgender children and teenagers and people who are going through something that not just physically, but psychologically is something that most of us can't even comprehend, that doesn't mean you get to bully them while they're going through something, right? And that doesn't mean that you get to oppose legislation that might actually help a very, already vulnerable population.
Yeah, I know I'm being naive. I'm being like, why am I being so stupid in being surprised by this at all? But she's a public figure. So many people follow her. And I can't imagine if you're a young person, a young trans person, a person who's thinking about your identity, who's trying to figure things out. I can't imagine what it would make you feel like to see this sort of thing from someone who has power, who might in a few months be in the majority, who might be determining like their legislative future. I cannot imagine using a position like this for this cruelty. And we can debate whether it's worse if she's doing it because she actually does hate trans people as much as she would have you believe, or if like for many Republicans, like for Ron DeSantis, they're willing to like literally like they don't care how many people die in this community from what they're saying, just so they can have a majority and they can pass some tax cuts or they can keep businesses from being regulated or whatever. Those are both disgusting in their own unique ways. But we have to cover a lot of really gross stuff on this show. But there's something about that tweet, man, that really stands out to me. And we're so far into this, there's not gonna be any censure. There's nobody even pushing for her to be kicked out of office. And even if they did, it wouldn't happen. This is how low we've sunk as a society and as a government.
Yeah, and it's one thing to not agree with the person's lifestyle. It's another thing to not understand what a person is going through, what their feelings, what their emotions are, what their body is telling them. But it's another thing entirely to go out of your way to demonize these people and to turn others against them, right? You're attacking them for the way that they're choosing to lose their life, as if life isn't hard enough for most of us, right? Life is already difficult. That's an incredibly difficult layer to add on top of a difficult life, right? especially in this country, especially when your rights are being, threatened by people like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
100%. Look, she had more insane things to say. Maybe we'll talk about them on tomorrow's show. We're unfortunately running out of time. So why don't we jump ahead to our D block with what we have remaining in this hour? You want to give me the heads up when we're okay with that? Okay. Let's see. Esoteric Dragon sent it a super chat saying, I live in Texas. My wife, 30, and I, 31, don't want children. My wife considered a hysterectomy in 5 years or so due to SCOTUS decision and what may come. We've moved the timeline to September, shaking my head. Yeah, I just actually saw something about this particular clinic that does sterilizations. They've had like record numbers of people coming in saying, I can't continue to have the capacity in this world, like considering what might happen to me.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.